Hi, everybody. Pardon the not exceptional lighting we've got going on here today. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about presentations. And I use this phrase really loosely. I'm talking about presentations that could be internal, where you're moving internal stakeholders, or even just running a team meeting and all hands, whatever you're doing, when you're on a panel, when you're doing facilitation, when you're pitching a client, when you're doing a continuing education presentation, and talk about why they're so important. I hear a lot about how people are overwhelmed, they're checked out, they don't want to do another virtual meeting. I'm here to tell you we do 3-hour virtual meetings and our trainings, and regularly have the highest rating of any training that's going on. So what's different? And I'm not telling you that, please don't take that as some kind of humble brag. What I'm trying to say is there is a way to design presentations that is engaging and connected and allows people not to just check out. But you have to take responsibility for that. You can't just, throw together a PowerPoint in the last 5 minutes that looks like garbage, that's an old cut and paste job, that's full of text and graphs nobody can read. You have to think about sort of what it's going to look like visually, how you're going to ask questions to engage people. And one of the things I will say I talk a lot about when I'm coaching people on presentations of all kinds, it doesn't matter if they're doing a TED Talk, which I've done, or they're just doing something internal. Show, don't tell. This is not your fourth grade, what I did over summer vacation report, where you were reporting a fact pattern to people. People are very smart. The people you're speaking to are largely very bright, probably. They understand what you're talking about. They don't need you to just report information. If that's all you're doing, send an email. They can read. You need to show them. You need to show them through powerful storytelling. You need to demonstrate. So, what's the difference between showing and telling? The example we always use is, you're telling when you say something like, she was extremely generous. You're showing when you say, if she had $20, she'd give me 10. That's the distinction between showing and telling. You're describing, you're explaining, you're illustrating, you're painting, you're allowing people to come to a story. And I don't have time today to go over all of the social science and neuroscience around storytelling, but I do think it's worth mentioning that you have to have questions embedded throughout. Make sure you're showing and not telling, and make sure you have a really powerful ending, and that people have something tactical that can make their work or life better. If you're just going in and it's just a pep rally, or if you're just going in to report and update information, nobody's retaining it. So what's the point of doing it at all? So if you're not going to pay attention to the how you're doing it, the what becomes irrelevant. So this is just to say, for all of those who have the incredible privilege to have an audience, I don't care if it's an audience of 3 or 3,000, it is a privilege to have people's time and to have a captive audience. Understand it is also an extraordinary responsibility. Prepare, take the time, and make sure that people leave feeling they are better for having sat through that time with you. Those are my thoughts. If you have questions, please drop them in the comments. You can message me privately at amh@storyimprinting.com. I'm very happy to answer any of those, and go out there and present and make people better, and go with an open heart, vulnerability, authenticity, and some humor would help as well. Take good care. Bye-bye.